How much protein do we need to eat to lose weight and gain muscle? The three main macronutrients are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, with macro simply meaning large, and these are the nutrients that are the most common in our diet. On the flip side, micronutrients are those that are much lower in quantities in our diet. Hi, I'm Nico, and today I'm going to explore protein with you. And I aim to provide you with an understanding of this macronutrient and the importance in our health, performance, and body composition goals. Protein is incredibly important, and without it, our body composition and health greatly suffers as a result. Proteins are an essential nutrient and can be broken down into 20 building blocks known as amino acids. Out of these 20 amino acids, 9 are considered to be essential, as the body cannot make them itself. This means that we must obtain these from the diet through a variety of animal and plant-based sources. And yes, it is definitely possible to source all of these from plant-based sources, although it might be more challenging. The other 11 aminos are synthesized by the body, making them non-essential. With the 9 essential amino acids, there are 3 branched-chain amino acids, or BCAA: leucine, isoleucine, and valine. These are again different to the others as they do not require metabolizing by the liver and are therefore taken up directly by skeletal muscle. Also, these 3 aminos are the most important for the manufacture, maintenance, and repair of muscle tissue, as they are responsible for the flicking on of the muscle building process, known as protein synthesis. Of the 3, leucine has shown to be the most effective amino at stimulating protein synthesis, the process of building muscle protein and therefore growth. Yet the 3 work better together to provide a host of benefits and even boost energy during workouts. Studies show that branched-chain amino acid supplementation alone can blunt the catabolic hormone cortisol and decrease delayed onset of muscle soreness. So what is the best source of protein for weight loss and muscle gain and, of course, health? When considering a protein source or determining its amino acid profile values, one of the most popular methods is to classify the food by its biological value, or BV. So what is biological value? The biological value of a protein is the measure of protein that is used from the food we eat. This uses the quantity of essential amino acids as well as the digestibility of the protein to rank different food sources. So a food with high biological value, also known as a complete protein, contains all 9 essential amino acids. This is commonly seen in animal and dairy products. A food with low to medium biological value does not contain all the essential amino acids. This is common in plant-based protein sources, and it is only when these low biological value foods are combined that you can create a higher quality biological value in meals. This alone is a key reason as to why animal proteins, meat and dairy, are so important in our diets. What are the benefits of eating more protein? In addition to asking how much protein do we need to lose weight and gain muscle and, of course, improve our health, it's worth noticing that protein consumption has wide-ranging benefits. When we do consume sufficient amounts of high-quality protein and complete proteins, it has a whole host of benefits. So what are the functions of protein? Protein is crucial for growth and maintenance. Proteins form vital parts of most body structures, such as the skin, nails, hair, membranes, muscles, teeth, bones, organs, ligaments, and tendons. Proteins also have regulatory roles, including enzymes. Proteins facilitate numerous chemical reactions in the body. All enzymes are proteins. When it comes to hormones, some proteins act as chemical messengers, regulating the body processes. But not all hormones are proteins. Proteins are also crucial when it comes to antibodies. Proteins assist the body in maintaining its resistance to disease by acting against foreign disease-causing substances. Fluid balance is also influenced by proteins. Proteins help to regulate the quantity of fluids in body compartment. Even our acid-base balance is regulated by proteins, which act as buffers to maintain the normal acid and base concentrations in body fluids. Proteins even move the required nutrients and other substances into and out of cells and around the body. And as if that wasn't enough, energy production is also reliant on protein. Protein can be used to provide calories, 4 calories per gram, to help meet the body's daily energy needs. Protein metabolism in your body. So there are around 50,000 different protein-containing compounds in the body, and 65% of them are found in skeletal muscle. This means we have a high level of amino acids in our blood and body fluids. This process only occurs after regular protein intake. Before amino acids can enter the bloodstream, protein must be digested in the stomach. This occurs when hydrochloric acid creates an active enzyme known as pepsin. Structurally, proteins consist of various combinations of amino acids linked together by peptide bonds. Pepsin is the enzyme responsible for breaking down the peptide bonds to form smaller peptides and free-form amino acids. From here, the proteins are passed onto the small intestine and are at this point finally digested to absorbable amino acids. From here, the amino acids can enter the amino acid pool and will be used in a matter of two ways by the body. Protein synthesis will create new proteins for the body in terms of body tissue, muscle, liver, kidneys, etc. Hormones, enzymes, and all other previously mentioned functions of protein. Excreted by urine as urea, nitrogen-containing organic compounds, or converted into fat and or cholesterol. This will occur only if there is an excess protein balance and or energy intake is higher than what is needed. How much protein should I eat for losing weight? When deciding how much protein we need in order to achieve a weight loss or a muscle building goal, we must resort to the research that can help us make the right decisions. Yet, it too seems to vary from source to source. So the average protein intake for a healthy person of a healthy weight who is mainly sedentary and not seeking changes in body composition, then an intake of 0.4 to 0.6 grams of protein per pound of body weight is sufficient. But when losing fat, things change. Protein has a high thermic effect, which means it requires more energy just to break it down, assimilate it, and digest than carbohydrates and fat. It also takes longer to digest and has been shown to reduce appetite compared to carbohydrates and fats. We also need protein to build muscle, which is very important when following a fat loss diet. Having a high protein intake during a calorie deficit is also important, as it is an anabolic nutrient, meaning we are more likely to preserve lean body tissue, which can sometimes be broken down when dieting. Things change again if your goal is to build muscle. The key to building muscle is a positive protein balance. This is achieved when protein synthesis exceeds protein breakdown. A higher protein diet will upregulate protein synthesis, provided you have evenly spaced meals, which creates a net positive protein balance, resulting in that really important anabolic or building environment. The studies that look at muscle mass and protein intake tend to vary from 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight as their recommendation. So it's safe to say a balanced approach would be most beneficial. So around 1 gram per pound of body weight is highly effective. Protein requirements for the active and for the elderly vary as well. Body composition goals aside, you may find that you are highly active, whether that's through your job or activities such as endurance training. And in this case, the research shows a daily intake of 0.5 to 0.65 grams per pound of body weight for these types of people. Elderly people have different requirements again and can also benefit from more protein to help prevent aging, diseases such as osteoporosis and sarcopenia, which is reduced muscle mass. The research shows a daily intake of 0.45 to 0.6 grams per pound of body weight is optimal. Finally, those recovering from injuries may also benefit from a higher protein intake. So, is protein type and timing important? We've already discussed that we assess the quality of our protein sources via the BV or biological value, and therefore the type of protein we ingest will improve the results we see. We also know that animal protein sources are more effective than most plant-based sources at stimulating muscle protein synthesis due to their digestibility, for example, low fiber, and their amino acid profile. Also, proteins that contain high levels of BCAAs, particularly leucine, will produce greater protein synthesis, improve insulin signaling, and spare glucose in muscle cells. So, is eating too much protein dangerous? Many people will try and tell you that a high protein diet is bad for us and that it's linked to cardiovascular disease, dehydration, calcium loss, and damaged liver and kidney function. The question that must be asked is, show us the accurate research. The small amount of research that may support these dangers appears, just like many things in the nutritional world, to have been greatly exaggerated. So here's what you need to know. There is no link to protein causing increased risk of coronary heart disease. There is no link to protein causing liver or kidney damage in healthy subjects. Recent studies show a positive relationship between protein intake and bone health.